What is good, everyone? Welcome to today's trade recap of the day. Today is Tuesday, October 14th, 2025. I'm going to be going over today's price action, the one trade I ended up taking. Today, I made $10,000 on the day, so we'll get into that in just about a second here. It's been a while since I uploaded a trade recap. I think it's been like a week and a half almost. But yeah, been a minute. I've been pretty risk off just because it's been all-time highs trading conditions, as you guys have been seeing from my stories. It's just been zero P&L, and then it was a break-even trade I think I took last week. That's it. But that's pretty much it. Yeah, so it's just been a pretty risk off. But we finally had that huge dump on Friday, meaning what? We're out of these all-time highs conditions for now. I think we still do go back up probably by the end of this week or next week. We'll see, and I'll let you guys know why. I'll give you guys a little weekly outlook at the end of this. So stay tuned for the end. But yeah, let's get into it. Also, sorry for the late post. I had some super unexpected family stuff that I had to get to and wasn't able to make this. But I'll show you guys the P&L first things first. And Trade Sinker's not on my computer now, but I did take a screenshot and upload it to my Instagram story. There it is. If this can focus, there you go. Around $417 across all of my accounts. And yeah, I uploaded this. I also, my, what's it called is gone. My executions are definitely gone. So yeah, I think they're gone, right? Because it's like 7 p.m. But yeah, I did upload my executions and my P&L to my Instagram story. So go check that out. If you guys aren't following that, I pretty much post that every single day if I take a trade. And yeah, that being said, let's get into it. Okay, so coming today, I had a pretty, bullish bias, but we did have a really obvious draw lower. So I'll get into that, right? I was willing to take trades on either side. First things first, since I haven't seen you guys in a minute, this is the reason I was overall bullish was because of this weekly profile was looking more bullish. Being we left relative equal highs with all-time highs, so that's the reason I do expect price to go back higher in the end. It's not crazy to say that we do see this week going back to all-time highs, being we just had a freaking almost 1,000-point gap back up. And then in a 500-point move today. So it's been really volatile price action. So again, not crazy that we see this week if we keep that up. But let's get into the recap. Okay, so we did have two levels here. We had a level above us being what? This 4-hour obvious draw right here. We had low resistance liquidity getting built up. And we also had this level lower being what? This new day opening gap, right? These are very, very strong draws on liquidity, and price likes to fill these completely before moving higher. Okay, even if we are going to be bullish, we do like to fill this completely and then have a move higher. Again, very strong draw, no matter if you're going to be bullish or bearish. And just very, very often price likes to fill it. So we ended up having this move here at 9:30. And if I'm going to be bullish and looking for longs, I want to see 9:30 do what? Well, I want to see 9:30 open, trade lower, fill this, and then have a long present itself. If I'm going to be bearish, I want to see price take out these relative equal highs, take out this buy side, hit this 4-hour gap, and then look for shorts to the downside and maybe even go towards this new day opening gap. What did we do? We ended up opening, trading lower, which is what I wanted to see overall because we did have these draws higher. These were really, really obvious highs, and this was also, with that weekly profile. So good on all those ends, and we did fill this completely right here. So at this point, we were setting up for some really nice longs. Pat also took the same long as me today, which was funny. I just saw him post his trade recap. But yeah, very obvious setup. We had a low here. We then had a high. We then had another low print, and what was at this high? We had an unfilled 5-minute fair value gap right here, as you can see, and then we also had another unfilled 5-minute gap right here. So this is the MEC model. If you guys haven't watched the MEC model video that I posted, go check that out. It's called the Systemized ICT model. It breaks down my whole entire trading strategy, A through Z, goes over pretty much everything that I look for before getting into a trade. So go watch that again if you haven't already. But this was set up here. So we saw from this unfilled gap here to this low, I'm going to look for the highest time frame inversion for value gap to see that confirmation in a flip and order flow. Okay. Do we have a 4-minute? No. Do we have a 3-minute? No. Do we have a 2-minute? Yes, we have a 2-minute gap here. So this is the highest time frame inversion from this unfilled gap to this low. I'm going to wait for this gap here to break and then enter my longs when that gap breaks. And once that gap breaks, then I enter my longs. Stop loss around here. I was giving it a little bit of room to breathe, being this was a low resting inside of a gap. Sometimes price does like to come down here and then sweep out this low, do something like this. So I did give my trade a little bit of room to breathe here, and I just simply aimed for a 1-to-1 on this trade. Okay, I was risking around $400. I think I had around 160 points with, I traded 5 M&Qs here. So a little bit lower risk. But yeah, I've been pretty aggressive with my take profits and my risk. I'm trying to dial in and get really accurate risk. Want to get that 0.5% and under. I'm trading right now with 100Ks. But yeah, I'm trying to like dial in my risk to make it more accurate, because my P&Ls have been pretty fluctuating recently and I want to stay more on top of that. So I think M&Q and micro contracts does do that. Even if you are trading bigger size, M&Q in general just is a lot more helpful in dialing your risk. And I do think, especially if you're on 50Ks, you should not be trading with minis. You should 100% be trading with micro contracts. But yeah, I'm on 100Ks, good medium. But that being said, we got the 2-minute inversion here. And again, I'm with Apex right now. So their PAs are a little bit tough if you don't follow, their risk management plan and, the way you should be trading with them. And that's just being really aggressive with your take profits and being really quick with your 1-to-1s. Apex is a really fire prop firm if traded correctly. And so that's why I was pretty aggressive with the take profit being a 1-to-1. I didn't want to go for that 1-to-2 here because, I could have honestly. But again, I just didn't want to risk that. I was really, really confident in this getting hit, and that's that low-hanging fruit, and that's all I need. Okay, so we got that 2-minute inverse right there. I entered my longs and then TP'd at the internal high right here, and I got about a 1-to-1 on this trade. All right, made around $400 while risking $400. Pretty simple stuff right there. We ended up having, again, this trade play out completely. So we end up running all of this buy-side liquidity here. All right. But as you guys saw from my executions on the Instagram store, I did not hold for that long. I just held for right here. All right. But we did end up running through all of this. And we eventually did hit the 4-hour right here at around 11 o'clock, did do that work, which is great to see. This was a beautiful, beautiful day in price action. Extremely, extremely clean. Perfect long setup today. And yeah, could have caught any move from here. You could have caught like the 5-minute inverse. This was clean with the OB right there. You also could have caught the 5-minute continuation long here. It's like a little 1-minute inverse here. There's a lot of setups you could have taken today. So really, really obvious draw being the unfilled 4-hour. And yeah, that's it. Not really much else to go over here. But I know I'm probably going to get a lot of questions like, why didn't you hold to all this? Again, I'm being more aggressive when I take profits. I'm looking for that obvious 1-to-1 or 1-to-2. If the 1-to-2 is so extremely obvious and it's like my only target, then yes. But if it's like a mech model like this, where I'm honestly like really, really confident in the 1-to-1, I'm not too confident in that 1-to-2, then I just won't hold till then because it's not worth it to me. I'm cool with 40 points. I'm cool with that piece of the pie. That's all I need, really. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm happy my bias played out. And, I've gotten a couple questions like, how do you not like crash out after seeing stuff like this? Now, the reason is, for one, I know that this has much more higher probability of this getting hit than this whole entire move to play out today, right? For this 300-point move that we had in AM session with beautiful price action, no pullbacks back to your break even. Like this insanely beautiful price action happens, I would say like once a week with my model, honestly, like not like that often, maybe once or twice a week. With like, for example, like last week, would I have gone this move ever? No. The week before that, not even, right? So sometimes it's even like 2 weeks, 1 week one time every 2 weeks, right? So I know though, this has more high probability of this getting hit, and I'm more comfortable with price doing something like this. And sure, once in blue moon, this shit happens where my whole entire position plays out perfectly. My bias plays out perfectly. But do I know this for a fact that I'm going to get this 1-to-6 every time? No, right? This is more so of lower win rate, higher RR plays, and I trade with a lower RR, high win rate. At the end of the day, it's up to you on what your trading style is. If you like higher win rate, lower RR because it's better for your psych, do that. If you think the opposite, then do that, right? Again, it's really up to you. But yeah, that's pretty much that. Thank you guys for watching today's video. If you want to start trading big boy money, making big boy money, I have a code for TradeSync. Use code PB. Other than that, I'm trading right now with 3 props, Alpha Futures. Go check them out. Really good deal right now with them. Code PB. Code PB for everything. Alpha Futures, also Tradeify has a really good deal. Apex is insane also right now. They're freaking having, you can have up to 20 accounts with them. Tradeify, you can have up to 5 accounts with them. I'm looking to add some allocation with Tradeify soon. And yeah, that's pretty much it. All great props, and use TradeSync to copy all of them. Okay. Thank you guys for watching today's trade recap. If I take a trade tomorrow, I'll let you guys know. And I'll upload a trade recap, win or loss. If I take a break even, I'll just post on the Instagram story that was a break even day. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and maybe I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.